The promise of cheap abundance is dead. They told you for decades that silver was a throwaway metal. They told you it was a relic for antique spoons and forgotten coins. They lied to you. They lied to keep the price down while they filled their own vaults. This morning, that lie collapsed. Silver crossed $101 per ounce. The psychological ceiling has been shattered. This is not a market fluctuation. This is a default of the paper money system. The price you see on the screen is not just a number. It is a siren. It is screaming that the dollar has lost control of the physical world. For 40 years, they managed the price of reality with paper contracts. They printed receipts for metal that did not exist. They sold you air. They sold you promises. But this morning, the market demanded the metal, and the metal was not there. You feel this in your chest. You know something is wrong. You go to the grocery store, and the prices are up. You go to the gas station, and the numbers are higher. That is the slow bleed. But what happened today with silver is a heart attack. It is the moment the patient wakes up on the table. The bankers call this a kinetic breakout. I call it a robbery in reverse. For years, they robbed you of the true value of your labor. Today, reality is robbing them of their control. $101. That number is a tombstone for the old financial order. You might sit there and think this does not affect you because you do not own silver. You are wrong. You are dangerously wrong. Silver is not just a shiny rock. It is the blood of the modern world. It is in your phone. It is in your car. It is in the solar panels on your roof. It is in the antibiotics that keep your children safe. When silver breaks, the cost of civilization breaks. The experts will come on the television today. They will wear expensive suits. They will use soft words. They will tell you this is a bubble. They will tell you to wait for the correction. Do not listen to them. They are trying to sedate you while the house burns down. They are terrified. They are terrified because of a phenomenon called the Veblen Effect. Usually, when the price of something goes up, people buy less of it. That is the law of supply and demand. But silver has now entered a forbidden zone. It has become a Veblen good. This means the higher the price goes, the more desperate the world becomes to own it. It is no longer a commodity. It is a status symbol of survival. It is a lifeboat. And when the ship is sinking, nobody cares how much the lifeboat costs. They only care that there are not enough seats. The panic has already started in the shadows. The data confirms it. The ratio between gold and silver has collapsed. It used to take 80 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold. Now it takes 49. That gap is closing at a violent speed. This is the market screaming that silver is the most undervalued asset on the planet. The banks know this. They are the ones who've been betting against it. They are the ones holding the short positions. A short position is a bet that the price will go down. It is a promise to deliver metal they do not own for years. This was easy money. They sold paper silver in New York and London, drove the price down, and bought it back cheaper. It was a perfect scam. But the scam required one thing to work. It required the physical metal to flow. It required the mines to stay open. It required the workers to stay quiet. But the mines are not open. The workers are not quiet. The supply chain has snapped. While the bankers were playing games with paper in London, the ground collapsed in Chile. The El Teniente mine is the largest underground copper and silver mine in the world. Sáng nay, the earth took it back. A tunnel collapse has shut it down. 1 man is dead. 5 are missing. The heart of the global supply has stopped beating. This is not a temporary glitch. This is a geological heart attack. At the same time, the Manto Verde mine has declared force majeure. That is a legal term. That means we cannot deliver what we promised because God or war stopped us. The workers destroyed the desalination plant. They cut the water. No water means no metal. The desert has reclaimed the supply. So now you have a perfect storm. The bankers owe millions of ounces of silver to the market. They promised to deliver it in March. They looked at the mines in Chile to save them. The mines are closed. They looked at the stockpiles in Mexico. The stockpiles are seized. They looked at the vaults in London. The vaults are bleeding. Where will they get the metal? They have to buy it from you. They have to buy it from the open market. And they have to buy it at any price. This is what creates the vertical line on the chart. It is not greed. It is fear. It is the fear of a default. When a bank defaults on gold or silver delivery, the game is over. The illusion that paper money is as good as gold evaporates instantly. They will print $1 trillion to stop this if they have to. But you cannot print an ounce of silver. You cannot print a geological deposit. The media is trying to frame this as speculation. They want you to believe this is just a bunch of day traders on the internet making noise. That is a lie. The volume is too big. The buying is too heavy. This is not retail money. This is sovereign money. This is nations running for the exit. China knows what is happening. India knows what is happening. They are not buying paper contracts. They are taking physical delivery. They are draining the vaults. Every ounce that leaves the warehouse in Shanghai or London never comes back. It goes into a solar panel factory in Jiangsu. It goes into a missile guidance system. It goes into a vault in Mumbai. It disappears from the financial system forever. The West is pricing silver based on what is left in the window. The East is buying the entire store. You need to understand the mechanics of the squeeze to understand why it will not stop. In a normal market, higher prices bring more supply. If the price of corn goes up, farmers plant more corn. Next year, the price goes down. Silver is different. You cannot just plant more silver. It takes 10 years to open a new mine. It takes billions of dollars to build the infrastructure. And right now, in 2026, the world is hostile to mining. Mexico has banned open pit mining. Peru has criminalized the artisanal miners. Chile is paralyzed by strikes and earthquakes. The supply is inelastic. That means no matter how high the price goes, the miners cannot produce more. In fact, they are producing less. The price goes up, but the supply goes down. That is a recipe for a price explosion that has no ceiling. This brings us back to you. You are sitting at your kitchen table. You are looking at your bank account. You see numbers. Those numbers are a promise that you can exchange them for goods and services in the future. But what happens when the goods are gone? What happens when the services are too expensive? Silver is the thermometer of faith. When faith in the government is high, silver is boring. When faith in the government dies, silver becomes magic. We are watching the death of faith in real time. The lawsuit between the president and the biggest bank in America is the final nail in the coffin. When the leader of the country sues the keeper of the vault, the system is broken. The rule of law has become a weapon. The billionaires see this. They are terrified. They are asking a simple question. If the bank can freeze the account of a president, what will they do to me? So the money runs. It runs away from the banks. It runs away from the bonds. It runs away from the digital illusions. It looks for a home that has no counterparty risk. It looks for an asset that does not rely on a promise from a politician or a banker. It finds gold. It finds silver. But gold is expensive. Gold is nearly $5,000. The average person cannot buy a bar of gold. But they can buy silver. Or they could. Before this morning, now. The psychological barrier of $100 is gone. The crowd will wake up. The fear of missing out, the FOMO, will kick in. This is the Veblen Effect in action. The public ignored silver at $20. They ignored it at $50. But at $100, they will line up around the block to buy it. Because now it looks valuable. Now it looks like a winning lottery ticket. But here is the trap. When the public finally decides to buy, there will be nothing left to buy. The dealers are already running low. The premiums are skyrocketing. You might see a spot price of $101. But try to buy a physical coin. You will pay $120. You will pay $130. The paper price is disconnecting from the physical reality. This is called backwardation. It is a fancy word that means we have ran out. It means a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. It means an ounce in your pocket is worth 2 ounces on a paper contract. The market is telling you that the future promise of delivery is worthless. Only the present reality matters. You might think you can wait. You might think you can time the top. That is a gambler's fallacy. We are not in a cycle. We are in a phase shift. A cycle goes up and down. A phase shift goes from ice to water, from water to steam. It does not go back. The industrial demand for silver is the fire under the water. The solar industry alone consumes hundreds of millions of ounces. They cannot stop. If they stop buying silver, they stop making panels. If they stop making panels, the energy transition fails. The governments cannot allow that. So they will subsidize the purchase. They will print more money to buy the silver at any price. This creates a feedback loop. The more they print, the higher the price goes. The higher the price goes, the more they have to print. And amidst this chaos, the physical world is breaking down. The news from Chile is not just a tragedy, it is a signal. The earth is tired. The easy silver is gone. We dug it all up. Now we have to go deeper. We have to go into the dangerous places. We have to deal with the heat and the pressure and the earthquakes. The cost of extraction is rising exponentially. The era of cheap resources is over. You have lived your entire life in an era of artificial abundance. That era ended this morning. The Veblen breakout is the market adjusting to the new era of scarcity. It is painful. It is violent. But it is the truth. So what do? You have a choice. It is a binary choice. There is no middle ground. You can stay in the paper world. You can keep your faith in the digital numbers. You can hope that the banks will fix the mess they created. You can pray that the mines in Chile will magically reopen tomorrow. You can bet your family's future on the promises of men who have lied to you for 40 years. That is one path. It is the path of the victim. It is the path of the sheep waiting for the slaughter. Or you can choose the other path. You can accept the reality of the breakout. You can understand that $100 is not the ceiling, it is the floor. You can understand that in a world of infinite paper, physical things are priceless. You must become your own central bank. You must secure your own reserve. It does not matter if it is 10 ounces or 10,000 ounces. What matters is that it is yours, that nobody can freeze it, that nobody can default on it, that nobody can print more of it. Silver is the people's money. It has always been the people's money. Gold is for kings. Silver is for the common man. But the common man has been asleep. He has been distracted by gadgets and politics. He has forgotten the weight of real money. This morning, the alarm clock rang. It rang at 101 decibels. It is loud. It is piercing. It is impossible to ignore. The window of opportunity is closing. Not because the price is going up, but because the metal is disappearing. The big players are taking it off the board. The Asian whales are swallowing the supply. The industry is hoarding every grain. Soon, you will not be able to buy it at all. It will become unobtainium. It will be a strategic asset restricted by the government. They will say it is for national security. They will say it is for the green energy transition. They will confiscate it from the open market. And you will be left holding paper dollars that buy less and less every day. This is your vindication. If you prepared, if you listened, if you acted before today, you are safe. You are not rich, you are safe. Wealth is relative. Survival is absolute in a collapsing system. The man with the food and the metal is the king. The man with the stock portfolio is a beggar. Do not gloat. Do not celebrate. Prepare for the envy. Prepare for the anger. Your neighbors will be hurting. They will be confused. They will be looking for someone to blame. They will blame the speculators. They will blame the foreigners. They will never blame the system that stole their future. You must be the anchor. You must be the stability in the chaos. The Veblen Effect is just beginning. The psychology of the crowd is a powerful force. Once they realize the dollar is dying, the stampede will be unstoppable. A stampede does not care about logic. It does not care about valuation. It only cares about survival. We are witnessing the first cracks in the dam. The water is trickling through. $101, $110, $150. The numbers will lose meaning. The only thing that will matter is weight. How many ounces do you have? That is the new credit score. That is the new bank balance. Do not look at the chart and feel vertigo. Look at the chart and see the truth. The chart is telling you that the manipulation has failed. The suppression scheme has run out of ammunition. The beach ball they held under the water for 40 years has shot up into the sky. It is not coming back down. Gravity does not apply when the atmosphere is made of printed money. The laws of physics have taken over. Supply is broken. Demand is exploding. The result is mathematical certainty. You have heard the warning. You have seen the signal. The kinetic trigger has been pulled in the Andes. The echo is heard in New York and London. The shockwave is hitting your wallet. Do not be a spectator. Do not watch history happen to you. Make history happen for you. Secure your labor. Protect your family. Exit the matrix of debt and lies. Enter the world of truth and wait. The price is high, but the cost of waiting is everything. The silver train has left the station. Run and catch it, or stay on the platform and watch the rust eat your savings. The choice is yours. The time is now. The promise is broken. The reality is here.